He ripped up the National League in the month of May. Melky Cabrera came over to San Francisco from Kansas City, leads the league in hits and batting average at .364. He's part of this San Francisco Giants team red hot. They've won their last 4, swept the Cubs and 7 of the last 8. The Giants come to Petco against the Padres, the first of a 3-game series. Look at that sky. A beautiful night in San Diego as we open this series with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, the Pod. Well, let's see, the last time we worked together Friday night, and it's almost as if a new busload of players came in. There's some changes made.
Some major changes, and hopefully for the better. Here's what Buddy Black now has to deal with. Hopefully it's a good change. Logan Forsythe brings the versatility. Mark Kotze, veteran presence in the clubhouse and on the field. Houston Street, he's an experienced closer. And then Ross Ohlendorf. Yeah, you heard it, Ross Ohlendorf, signed as a free agent swingman. He can start and relieve when they need him on the mound.
He not only helps that bullpen, but he now takes the Padres #1 in the major leagues in grade point average. Another Princeton man. Well, we got the rematch of an April game that was outstanding. Anthony Bass had a perfect game late into the 6th inning, and Tim Lincecum, 2-time Cy Young Award winner.
Nothing like a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel, and Tim Lincecum and Anthony Bass really teed it off in San Francisco. Both of the pitchers really had their stuff working for them. Lately, though, for Lincecum, the walks have been up, the hits per innings pitched
National League rivals San Francisco and San Diego here at Petco Park, and stadium is sprinkled with a lot of orange and black tonight as fans from the north down to cheer their favorites. And it should be a good matchup. Anthony Bass getting ready against the Giants lineup of Bruce Bochy in his 6th season now in San Francisco. As of course Buddy Black now in his 6th year with the Padres. Here's the lineup. Blanco leads it off, and Terrio Cabrera, what a season he's had. 364. Buster Posey hitting as you'd expect, 295. Leads the team in the power departments. Angel Pagan from the Mets, then young Brandon Belt. Joaquin Arias, they picked him up a minor league contract from Kansas City. Brandon Crawford, former UCLA star at shortstop, and Lincecum on the mound. Anthony Bass, 24-year-old from Trenton, Michigan. At this time 4 years ago, he was waiting for the announcement of what team would pick him. In the 5th round, the Padres selected Bass. He only had 2 college offers out of high school, Wayne State, which is in the city of Detroit, and Eastern Michigan. Elected to go to Wayne State, and that just shows you sometimes players a little later in the draft can be your major leaguers down the line.
And the Padres are lucky to have right-hander Anthony Bass. He needs to iron some things out. He's at home where he has good numbers. We talked about that in the open.
Here's our Lexus keys to the game, Commissioner.
Okay, early returns. It was voting day today, right? So Anthony Bass has trouble in the 1st inning here at Petco Park, a 10.80 ERA. After that, Dick, from the 2nd inning on, 1.57. And no Milky Way. Stop Cabrera. He's hot. Gotcha. Stop that man right there.
Yeah, with night coming on, that's a nice little note you made there. The Milky Way, got it.
Hopefully there'll be some snickering in the Padre dugout.
That's a different universe. Ready to go. Stand up to cancer. A reminder behind the mound as the first pitch of the game is in for a strike. Gregor Blanco hitting 266. We saw him in spring training, and you could just see that the Giants liked the way this young guy was playing, and he made the roster. Now their leadoff man. 1 ball and 1 strike. Umpires tonight, Dale Scott behind the plate with Buckner, Miller, and Asonia on the bases. Chip foul, and it's 1-2.
You know, with Melky Cabrera swinging the hot bat, batting 3rd for the Giants, imagine the pitches that Blanco, Terrio are going to get. Look, he can't wait to get to that on-deck circle. He is on the top step of that dugout as Ryan Terrio waits his turn.
A ball, 2 strikes. They're fouled. 66 degrees. It'll drop down to perhaps 60. Just a modest little northwestern breeze at 11.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
No marine layer tonight, so the ball might carry just a little farther. Got him swinging off speed. Blanco down on strikes. Here comes Ryan Terrio, the 32-year-old veteran.
Slider down and in, and I mentioned in the pregame show, if he can locate the fastball early in the count and then have the left-handed hitters fish after that, that has become a signature pitch for Anthony Bass.
Padres Foundation's supporting heartily Stand Up to Cancer, and we hope you will too. Second baseman Terrio takes a strike, hitting 236, just 4 RBIs on the year. Native of Baton Rouge, part of their Bayou Tigers national championship team 12 years ago. Giants come in with a lot of smiles. They swept the Cubs up in San Francisco over the weekend and yesterday. Their season best 4 in a row, and they've won 7 of the last 8, and they're only 3 games behind the Dodgers, really chewing away at the big Dodger early lead. Although LA has just logged a tight 2-1 win at Philadelphia this evening. There's Cabrera hitting in the 3rd spot. Pablo Sandoval is now back in minor league rehab. 3-1 to Terrio. It was the walks that caused Bass problems on the road.
It was his last start at Chicago. He walked 4. At New York against the Mets, 3.
And he walks Terrio with 1 out. Look at the defense for San Diego, and there's no defense against what just happened, the walk. Quentin in left, Maben in center, and Kotze, the veteran, in right. Headley and Alonso in the corners with Cabrera and Forsythe, the double play combo. John Baker giving Nick Hundley a rest tonight as he's behind the plate. That brings the left-handed bat against Lincecum. 5 left-handed hitters in the Padre lineup tonight. Cabrera, well, the ultimate compliment paid to him by his manager Bruce Bochy after he tore up the National League in the month of May. He said he's playing like Tony Gwynn. What a pickup. Get Cabrera for Kansas City in a straight up deal.
Yeah, the one thing that Boch said about Cabrera was that he doesn't try to do too much at the plate.
Runner goes, taken all the way. The throw by Baker, not nearly time. Did he go off the bag? Yes, he did. Blanco was safe, but skidded over the bag. You see, he's got the fingernail on it, but Bill Miller had a close eyeball and said, no, you left the bag.
Oh, playing a little slip and slide. Terrio tries to hold on, stretch off the bag just a little bit. And you betcha. Look at Cabrera. Put that tag on the runner, leave it on him, and wait till the umpire either makes the call or calls time.
Great job, and wouldn't let him get the hand back on the bag.
Dick, a good point there. When his hand is off the bag, kind of pin that glove up against that hand, right, and lean on it a little bit.
Well, Cabrera chases a bouncer. Slider.
Oh, if Anthony Bass can contain Melky Cabrera and the rest of the threats in the Giants lineup, he should do just fine.
In the middle of the lineup. Yep. So Cabrera comes to San Francisco in the trade. Jonathan Sanchez goes to Kansas City, and Sanchez has been okay with the Royals, but Cabrera has been sensational as a Giant. 2-2. Two-seamer tails outside.
Well, the Giants are kind of struggling offensively. They've scored just 2.8 runs a game. Their average 238 over their last 8 games.
But they're 7-1 in those games.
They're pitching.
And Cabrera tries to find the slider. 3-2 pitch gets him swinging. Couple of strikeouts for Anthony Bass to open the game tonight. Here come the Padres. Maben, Kotze, and Alonso up. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by the Columbia Pictures movie, That's My Boy, starring Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg, in theaters June 15th. That sounds like a movie that you're going to be first in line to see. Mark Grant. Cameron Maben settles into the batter's box. Mark Kotsay and Yonder Alonso to follow. Bud Black looking for a win to open this series. It's a friendly rivalry with the man across the way in the third base dugout, Bruce Bochy, who remains a San Diego resident. Lincecum, the freak. His first pitch misses, ball one, 92 miles an hour. We'll check the velocity throughout the night. There's his numbers, and they're just totally uncharacteristic of the man who's won the Cy Young Award 2 times.
Yeah, still more strikeouts than innings pitched, but the walks are up for Tim.
Foul tip, 1-1.
He's just too good to have these type of numbers. He's in his prime. He'll be 28 years old in a week or two. He should be able to turn it around. He's had starts like this before and then has turned it around as the year's gone on.
He's always had top success against the Padres. He's 10-4 lifetime. Here at Petco, 5-2 with a 1.77 ERA.
Well, the key for the Padres, I think, this game is to get runners in scoring position and put some pressure on Lincecum.
Watch out. That one lined into the seats to the right. Well, talking about the pitch speed of his fastball.
Yeah, in 2008, the percentages thrown to the fastball, 66, and then you see the number dropping. That tells me that he's being more reliable on his off-speed stuff because he just might be a little apprehensive of throwing to heater because the velocity is down.
Chopped out in front of the plate. Maben hustling, and so is Posey to throw him out. Buster Posey, the do-all-everything-well catcher. Here's the lineup for the Padres tonight. Maben followed by Kotsay and Alonso. Carlos Quentin in the cleanup hole. Then Chase Headley and John Baker. Logan's Forsythe, a double and a triple as he's returned to the major league level in the game on Sunday. Everett Cabrera and then Anthony Bass.
Oh, yeah, nothing like face painting and homemade T-shirts at the ball yard.
Kotsay, 12 hits in 37 at-bats in his limited duty. Back in the action. And comes out swinging.
Dick, you mentioned the velocity of Lincecum. 92 we've seen. He's topped out about 93. Then they'll drop that curveball.
Lined late into the second row, just past the dugout of the Giants. Like one of the Giant fans took one in the side.
The guy just got done cleaning the highway with that orange shirt on, picking up a little trash. Caltrans coming to a ball game.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Drive to center field. That's chasing Pagan back, but he's got room out there at the edge of the track. Well struck for the second out. Here is the Giants defense with Pagan in center, flanked by Cabrera in left and Blanco in right. On the infield, Arias, Crawford on the left side, Terrio and Phelps on the right side, and Buster Posey behind the plate handling Tim Lincecum. Yonder Alonso.
That kid's having free reign on his dad's face. Or on her dad's face. Oh my gosh, that poor guy.
Loving every minute of it. Alonso takes ball one. Well, a new week, and Alonso's hoping a fresh start from a 2 out of 24 performance last week. Average dropping to 274. It was up above 300 before last week began. Still leading all National League rookies in total hits. Look at the steady hand there. 2-1.
Got a lot of shutterbugs here tonight.
People with cameras too.
Yeah.
It's the season. The shutterbugs come out as the weather warms. You know, we don't have the marine layer.
Exactly.
Ripped to right and caught. Blanco right there. So lineouts by Kotsay and Alonso as the Padres go in order.
Cancer is the charity the Padres are honoring this homestand, and it is a huge project partnered with the Padres and Major League Baseball to help literally stand up to cancer and donate money to research. We had the founder on, Rusty Robertson, earlier, and she said 100% of the money goes to scientists. And in recognition of the incredible work Dr. Richard Kolodner, one of the scientists, has done, we at Fox Sports San Diego have donated 200 tickets for this homestand to the Ludwig Cancer Institute Research Center at UCSD. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant. We had a great time watching the first pitch, and Dr. Richard Kolodner, who for a scientist I think had a pretty good throw, as they continue to work hard in standing up to cancer and using that money for research as we help to try to find cures. Such a great work they do. Guys, back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Layla. Yeah, Clayton Richard, the catcher there, that was in the strike zone. He framed that one right there.
Absolutely, and nice job, Layla. Good work, and we are so fortunate to have people like the doctor.
Posey drills one to center. That's got a lot of carry. Maven back, and it's off the fence. Posey on his way to second with a double that slams off the right center field fence. Just misses the leaping try of Cameron Maven.
It looks like Cameron kind of drifted back on that one. We know that he's got good closing speed. This ball driven to the opposite field, the first base side of second base, as Posey gets extended. Oh, very catchable ball for Cameron. He leaps, and does he even draw leather? Kind of tough to tell there. Very catchable ball, though, for Cameron. We've seen him make spectacular plays.
You come to expect him to catch any ball like that, don't you? Angel Pagan.
Because he's so good. Yeah, you're
right.
We do expect him to make those plays.
As we said, no marine layer, so the outfielders may learn from that particular play that the ball's carrying a little better than on previous nights on this homestand. Pagan in the midst of a 12-game hitting streak. That's in there. He's had some streaky sessions here with the Giants. He had a 20-game batting streak, 11 in a row, and now 12 in a row. So his average has stayed at the 300 level or better, 318 currently. Line drive, caught by Cabrera. Oh, that was a tough one. It was tailing up and away, and Everett had to brace himself, make sure. Well struck by Pagan.
Great first reaction, ball off the bat, his step to his right, and you make a good point, Dick. Off the left-handed bat, that ball is slicing away. Posey does the right thing. He freezes and then gets back to the bag safely. But that is a huge out. Timed perfectly by Everett Cabrera.
I think infielders enjoy that play as much as any, don't you? When they time it well and able to take a base hit away. Here's Brandon Belt, the young first baseman, and he hits one to left center field. Maven calling all the way and makes the catch in front of Carlos Quentin. Posey back to second.
Well, Anthony Bass has to love the early outs. First pitch offering Brandon Belt. Skies one to center field.
The Giants as a team have struggled with runners in scoring position, but will get little sympathy from the Padres. Giants hitting .208 runners in scoring position this year. Padres are the lowest in the league at 191. Joaquin Arias signed a minor league contract with the Giants in December. Was with Kansas City, Omaha, their AAA club a year ago. Hit only .232 in the minors. He's hitting .233 so far in the big leagues with the Giants. Brandon Crawford, the shortstop, would be next, and then the pitcher's spot.
You know, when I look at Arias, look at when he's set up, when you see his hands, Dick, when he's set up, nearly over the inside corner of the plate. That means he likes to turn on pitches. I've always thought that that's a guy you can really pound down and away because he likes to pull everything because he's up on the plate. When you get pull happy, you probably get weak ground balls to the left side. And our friends at Southland Technology taking care of the Fox Tracks showing you that pitch was right on the outside corner.
In the dirt, scooped by Baker. 2-2. Bud Black knows well these two teams, normally the pattern in their games, they're going to be tight. They're going to be low scoring. And the Giants have won more close games than any team in the National League. 1 or 2 run decisions. They won 21 times. Hit pretty well at the second baseman. Stays with it. Forsythe. Good play. Bass able to work out of a leadoff double by Buster Posey. Quentin will start things for the Padres in the bottom half of the inning.
Diego Padres select Max Fried, a left-handed pitcher from Harvard Westlake High School, North Hollywood, California.
What was interesting about Commissioner Selig's announcement back at MLB headquarters in New Jersey was the fact that it was applauded. There weren't any other selections that had that much reaction from. Did we have a lot of San Diego people there, or were there a lot of knowledgeable people, as Josh Burns, general manager, joins us, that just thought Fried was the guy to get?
It was probably that, or Brad Osmus was there and he was getting the crowd revved up for the pick.
Here we go, bottom of the second, and Quentin ties into one. It's high toward left field, deep, and Quentin will touch them all. Did that go into the Frosty paint can? Might be another $500,000 to charity. How about Carlos Quentin? 6 games, 4 home runs, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Well, good timing, Josh Burns.
Absolutely. He's done what we hoped. We had to wait for him to get in there, but he's been terrific.
He's been unbelievable. Remember his first game back in Chicago, and he knew it too when he got it. First pitch that he sees after coming off the DL was a high slider. He swung through it, but then the next pitch double. Oh, that's some kind of nice.
I mean, that was Ruthian, high and deep. Just missed the paint can. Not many come close. This is a different sort of hitter. Chase Headley now. 1-1.
That wasn't flat. That was semi-gloss right there off the bat of Carlos Quentin.
Very nice. Had the right arc, didn't it? So 1-0 as Quentin, 4 home runs. Had the day off on Sunday. So just his 3rd game here at Petco. That's his first home run. 4 total, 3 in Chicago.
Yeah, it's fun this time of year. I remember all these guys as amateurs. It's sort of, you go back in time, and I saw Carlos when he was in high school. And
Headley drives that one deep to right center, and Pagan can't get there in time. It's up against the screen, and Headley with a stand-up double. Padres getting to Lincecum here in the second.
And I remember talking to Chase Headley at the SEC tournament when he was at the University of Tennessee. I pulled him aside. I wanted to get to know him better, and we didn't take him. We ended up taking Jed Lowry instead when I was with the Red Sox.
Yeah, that was a good selection as well, obviously. Just the general feeling. Now, you picked 5 yesterday, the top picks, and then another 15 players today, and you got, what, 25 more tomorrow?
It's amazing. They've shortened it from 50 rounds to 40 rounds, but you know, we need a lot of players. We've got to fill rosters. We still think there are some finds up there. There are big leaguers. We always remind ourselves of that. The area scouts do a great job, and this is the time of year when you can make a draft. At the time in the draft, you can find a guy after the 10th round. Obviously, we put a lot of energy into our top picks, but I'll tell you, when you can find a guy deep down, I mean, Brad Brock, 42nd round, Jim Brett's the scout who signed him, we gave him $1,000. You know, those are invaluable to an organization.
John Baker up with Headley at second. No one out here in the last of the second.
Max Fried, obviously left-handed, throws a pretty good fastball. I love the 12-6 curveball.
He's got a really good curveball. And as you know, Mud, I think that's one of those things you either got it or you don't. And he's at a young age. He can really spin the ball. He's athletic. He's got the prototypical size. He's a great kid, and we've seen him in the low to mid-90s, so we're excited to get to work with him.
Well, he worked out here at Petco Park as well. He's from up in the San Fernando Valley at Harvard Westlake, and he hit cleanup on his high school team. He must be a fairly good hitter as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we don't talk about that often, but athleticism with our pitchers is very important. They have to repeat their delivery. They do have to swing the bat, and we look for pitchers who are good athletes. He's definitely a good athlete.
I love the over-the-top delivery, straight over the top. He's got the long stride, long wingspan, which...
Baker punches that one to left center. Pagan into the alley, tagging his Headley, and he won't chance. And it's a good thing he didn't, going to third, because that throw was right on line.
Josh, do you think that Max Fried has chance, or I should say more room to grow, maturing as far as physically?
Oh, absolutely. When he was here for the workout, we took him into the weight room and talked about that side of it and how he will grow into his man strength. And we said, you know, ideally with a high school player, we want a kid who looks like a teenager, who doesn't have the early muscle-bound body, who's not shaving in high school. And he said, look at me. He's like, I don't know if I've ever shaved. So he looks his age, and he just happens to be very talented. And when he gets his man strength, it's going to help him deal with the workload out here.
I know we have a large Jewish community that roots for the Padres, and Max growing up, a Jewish family with Sandy Koufax being his idol. Wears number 32 like Koufax. So he's the very fact that a young guy cares about the history of baseball. I always give it a little extra point for that.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it's neat. I heard a few weeks ago he was a bat boy in a game with the Diamondbacks and Dodgers. His brother played with Ian Kennedy at USC, so he got to see Kennedy against Kershaw. So if he's looking at Koufax and Kershaw as models, that's a good thing.
Now, how well do you get to know these kids? What I mean by that, your scouts.
Forsythe is the hitter now. Count goes 2-0 with 1 out, and Headley still at second.
They'll go to the house. They meet their families. How deep do they dig to really get to know what's going on with the kid?
It's a huge part of the equation. They do a lot of work. Brent Main, former big league catcher, was the area scout who got to know Max and his family well. When he came to Petco for the workout, we spent a lot of time with Max and his dad, and that's a big part of the equation. You know, for one, it's a game of failure. It's hard. For two, you know, if you're taking that high, you're going to get a lot of money. So we want to make sure he's ready for the journey. And I've talked to a lot of people through my time in the game, and a lot of people in football and basketball, what they're really looking for. And I think love of the game is so high on the list, and Max definitely has that.
3-1. Now, obviously, an attractive talent like Max Fried. He made a commitment to UCLA, so he's going to make a nice little bonus, that's for certain. When, you know, the signability issue sometimes creeps into it did a couple of years ago here with the Padres. How do you feel about that?
Well, the new rules in the collective bargaining agreement have really changed the landscape. So I think we're going to reach agreements with either all of our players or close to it very soon. The discussions have been very direct. We have a finite budget. The players and the agents know that. We're trying to fit them in. I feel like a college coach trying to sort of divvy up our scholarships, but Chad McDonald, Jaron Madison led the negotiations, did a great job, and I think we'll get all these guys signed and out ready to play.
Cabrera up with Forsythe at first with a walk. Headley's double at second. The inning started with Quinton's long high home run into left field. Cabrera trying to move the two runners along, and pitcher Anthony Bass is next. Well, after Fried, then you selected a right-handed pitcher that, when you look at the video, looks like the mirror image of Fried, only he's right-handed, and he was expected to go much later in the draft, wasn't he?
Well, with Zach Eflin, who you see here, and again, prototypical size. We've seen him up above 95. We like his breaking ball. We like his delivery and arm action. Walker Weichel, who we also took, prototypical size. He was out here in August with Fried and Carlos Correa and those guys on the same field. So, you know, you understand the historical odds. We're talking about teenage arms. There is an attrition rate. We took 3 we think have starting pitcher ingredients: the size, delivery, athleticism, velocity, secondary pitches. So we're excited to see how these guys progress.
They're all 6'4" or taller, aren't they? Huh?
It doesn't hurt, you know. It's and again, big, strong, loose, athletic, and I think again they look their age. You know, a lot of people say Walker Weichel looks a lot like Adam Wainwright. Well, great. That's if he turns out like that, we'll be very happy.
Cabrera backs off, and the count is now 3-1.
Zach Eflin, to me, thicker body, right? Which the midsection, you got the the ham hocks, which will come into play later on because that strength and gives you innings. But I look at the arm slot of those 2 pitchers, and then their breaking ball. I mean, that's really exciting. Sure. I love over the top, high 3/4 coming down at you. To me, that's a big asset for these high school kids. They look beyond their years.
No doubt. I mean, it's especially I think now at the big league level. I think it's power pitching, guys are going to attack the zone, and the type of team we want where our starters really set the tone and pitch the innings. And obviously, you look at the draft. They took Lincecum and Kane in the first round, Bumgarner in the first round. They've built a very good team, a World Series champion, off of taking starting pitchers in the draft, and obviously that's our goal too.
That's a great point. Lincecum was the 5th player selected in the draft 4 years ago. Cabrera up the middle and into center field. Here comes Henley to score. Holding at second is Forsythe, and the Padres lead it 2-0. Everett Cabrera, his second RBI. Now this inning, and of course you're reaching for a specific and a general case, but the fact that you just have a man like Quentin in the lineup makes the guy hitting 8th better. And a lot of fans don't understand that, but the strength top to bottom is, I've always felt, built from that 4th hitter or 3rd hitter up and down.
I think there's no question. I mean, of all the injuries we've had, probably the one that has affected us the most is him. He's our cleanup hitter. He sets the tone. I mean, even little things. First pitch fastball, he's in there ready to hit and hits a home run. It's not just the production, it's the effect on his teammates.
So many people have gotten hurt. Rumor has it you've got a torn ACL.
I do.
No way.
No.
But
your daughter was injured in spring training.
Right. Maybe that started it all. All things happen in 3s or 20s, as the case may be.
I did want to mention this because this was kind of amazing to me. 1st through 15 picks, Josh. 8 pitchers, 4 shortstops, 3 center fielders.
Bass with a bunt, and they're going to go to 3rd and get the 4th. No, he dropped the ball. Was it on the transfer? Yes, it was. They're calling him out at 3rd. Forsythe out as third base umpire Osonia said that the third baseman Arias was trying to remove the ball from his glove. Had already caught it cleanly, and Bud Black is not convinced of that at all.
It happened so quickly. I didn't get a good look at it. It was a good, clean slide into third base by Forsythe.
First of all, he
pulled his foot.
Yeah, he's not even on the bag.
Yeah, he's not. You're right, Dick.
So he should be safe there, and then it's a moot point as to whether or not he was dropped the ball on the transfer. Bases should be loaded with 1 out. So there's another one of those calls that just seemed to go the other way. That's a bad call.
The Giants definitely get a break there.
So Forsythe erased on the bunt try.
So 8 pitchers, 4 shortstops, 3 center fielders. Up the middle, and pitchers who seems like they've got pretty good stuff. Was there a thought process there?
Yeah, I mean, philosophically, we want to sort of have an organization where starting pitching in our middle of the field is a strength. And last year we took Austin Hedges, catcher, Jace Peterson, shortstop, Corey Spangenberg, second base. So we're mindful of that. Obviously, corner players and bullpen matter, and our major league team is starved for power. We get that, but we're excited to add guys we think can be starting pitchers and middle of the field players.
And to help fans out, now thinking back a year ago, Spangenberg, the #1 pick, he's at Lake Elsinore. He's hitting around 300. Looks really good. Hedges is in Fort Wayne, and he and Chase Peterson, the two that you mentioned that were the next picks, they both have just made the Midwest All-Star team.
Yeah, we're very happy with how they're turning out, and again, that's what we need. You know, to catch up offensively, I do think our middle of the field players need to hit. That's part of putting a lineup together. And again, another draft piece of it. I think Buster Posey as a catcher is a star player. I mean, to come up as a rookie and hit cleanup on a World Series team. But when your middle of the field players can hit too, that really helps your offense.
Peterson is a late developer. He's a football player at McNeese State playing shortstop, and you could see even in spring training, it seemed every day got a little bit better.
No question. Our development staff's done a great job.
Ripped into left field. Fair ball into the corner. Cabrera will score. Hustling around third is Bass, and the pitcher is galloping in with a run. It's 4-0 against Lincecum here in the second. Oh, my. Broken bat double for Cameron Maben. Drives in 2.
A lot of the pitches this inning from Tim Lincecum have been elevated in the zone. How about this one? It's a breaking ball, probably just above the knee. Kind of rolling up there. Doesn't have that sharp break. Anthony Bass picks up Glenn Hoffman. He's got the green light, and he will score easily. Now go back in the dugout and get a little breather. Maybe they can get some more hits to give the starting pitcher a little bit of a breather before he goes back out there.
I thought for sure you would say Bass swam in from third. He just coasted in there, didn't he? 4-run inning. Keyed by the home run by Quinton. Then the Headley double. Walk to Forsythe. Cabrera singled in 1, and now with 2 outs, Maben drills a double to score 2 more and a 4-0 Padre advantage. Mark Kotze, the hitter, takes a strike. Lined out to center field, hit it right on the nose the first time. Bochy can't like what he's seeing here early. Kotze tied up on that swing, 0-2.
And Dick, you mentioned the football crossover. We took a kid in the 8th round today by the name of Brian Adams from the University of Kentucky. Probably one of the better athletes we felt in the draft. He played wide receiver for their football team, but a 6'4" guy who can really run and has power. So hopefully we can turn him into a player.
Line to left center field. Will that get up the gap? Going no. As the inning comes to an end. We'll stay for a little bit more. I had another question I'd like to ask. I know we got it lined up here. So Josh Burns will stay another half inning. The Padres, furthermore, you got them scoring.
Yeah, this is a great inning.
4-0. Factoid tonight. before that inning, Giants starters had gone 7 straight games, pitching 7 or more innings, allowing 2 or less runs. Only the second time it's been done since the franchise moved from New York to San Francisco in '59. It also was accomplished in '88. So they were on a terrific run by their starting pitching, but Lincecum cuffed around by the Padres in the second. As we go to the top of the third, it'll be Brandon Crawford, Lincecum, and Blanco for the Giants. Josh Burns, general manager of the Padres. Although he's been away from the Gillette razor for a couple of days, aglow over the new acquisitions through the June draft. It is a lot like going to morning of Christmas to the tree to see what's under there, huh?
Yeah, we call it the day before Christmas Eve. It's a fun day. It's one of the few things. It's the only thing, really. You can put all this work in on that day. We get to take however many players. We had the extra picks this year, so it's great. There's nothing like seeing the scouts' faces when they get the guy that they signed and can put that on the resume. It's a fun day.
It's amazing how well informed they are. Lined right to the second baseman, Forsythe. So Anthony Bass has had the atom ball going here. That's a couple of line outs in the last 2 innings. I ducked my head in there today, and they told me there's a pitcher from Central Michigan, my alma mater, that's kind of on, you have a lot of boards. He was kind of on the back of the board, kind of where I would be, and was kidding with Randy Smith and Chad about, well, we got to draft him even if it's the last pick. Right away, say, anyone got anything on this kid? And just like that, one of the guys said, yeah, I saw him pitch. He's a finesse pitcher with a changeup. Perfect. That's just perfect. A Chippewa that's a finesse pitcher.
Well, there's a great story along those lines. But I was with the Rockies after this happened, but I guess we got to about that point in the draft. John McHale, who was then the team president, walked in and said, there's got to be a guy from Notre Dame on the board. So they kind of grabbed the magnet and said, yeah, let's take Craig Counsell. And that's why they took Craig Counsell.
No kidding. Yeah. That's a great
goodness.
story.
So maybe we should listen to you, Dave.
What a player he's been throughout his major league career. Well, I can't promise you anything close to that, but it would be fun if there's just the very last pick and you just don't, in a quandary, I'll chip in, and you're down to the lower numbers there. I'll chip in, and we got to help out those kids.
But that's where your area scouts really come into play because, hey, that Dick Enberg kid from the UP. I saw him one time and I liked it. It's your 48th pick.
Yeah, especially in that area. Like I said, Jim Bretz, who's here tonight, who works the Northeast, which is a tough area to scout. Andy Perino, 25th round. Brad Brock, 42nd round. When they're in the room, that's all the better. I remember when we took Josh Colmenter in Arizona. Our area scout was fighting for him in the 14th round, wherever we took him. And at that point in the draft, it's definitely on the area scouts, and you can find some players.
So I'm going through the list of the 15 that you picked today. And a name jumped out at me at the number 5 in the 5th round. You took a center fielder, Malix Smith. That just sounds like speed to me.
Well, maybe when we get all these guys out to Peoria, we can have Travis Jankowski, Malix Smith, and Brian Adams race because it would be a great race. Those 3 guys can really run.
He's a very light kid of 155 pounds, but really can run like the wind. Huh?
Yeah, junior college player. From Santa Fe Community College in the Panhandle of Florida, left-handed hitter. Again, little things that happen. He came to our workout when we have regional meetings and impressed us there, and obviously we're happy to get that kind of speed in the 5th round.
Hey, Fernando Perez, Central Arizona Community College, correct?
Yeah, local guy, though.
They've got a nice little program over there.
Yeah, he's here tonight. He's got about 20 friends and family.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
He's a local kid,
isn't he? He's from Mexico, moved to San Diego, and went to JC in Arizona.
Yeah, John Wente is the coach over there, the head coach. He's got a nice little program over there at Central.
And they use wood bats, so it makes it that much easier to evaluate him, and we think he can really hit.
Perez is from Chula Vista, went to high school there, and you've got another local. You signed high school Escondido. Interesting name, River Stevens.
River Stevens. I think he led all California junior colleges in hitting. And he came to our workout also and swung the bat very well in the workout. So we're excited to have him.
Leadoff hitter Gregor Blanco takes the count to 3-0. You saw Lincecum bounce out to short. Baker goes out to talk with his pitcher.
Josh, earlier you mentioned the slots as far as picks. Now, my question to you is it going to be easier now since this new rule is implemented to sign players because of the slot system?
I think without question. Some people said it might feed more kids to college, which it might. I think in the last few years, the industry, we've signed not just the top guys. We all know Max Fried, Walker Weichel, Zach Eflin, but the second and third tier, and maybe the college game has been hurt by that. So those guys will probably go to college because you do run out of money. But as far as signing guys at the top end of the draft, I think it'll make it easier.
Well, thank you so much. I know it's been a busy time, and the work really is almost more difficult now because this is really the test of all that good scouting, because these are the players that obviously have survived through 15 rounds. And here's where the test is: who's going to pick the gem out of there that no one else realizes has that talent? No question. You can remember all the stories. It's hard to find a player, but it can be done. And also, it's now the mindset of turning them over to player development. Randy Smith does such a great job. You know, we really think our farm system is good. Now you put this chunk of players at the bottom of it, and it's exciting to see, especially on the starting pitcher side, what we can hopefully build in our system. Fly ball left center field. Maben trying to track it down, can't get there. Able to cut it? Nope, not able to cut it off, and that'll send Blanco speeding around second to third with a triple. That one tailing away from Maben all the way, and the Giants threaten here with 2 outs in the third. Well, we'll let you get back to work. Josh Burns, thank you so much. Congratulations. We'll look forward to what comes from under the tree tomorrow. Okay, thanks for having me, guys. Okay, Josh.
Josh, thanks. Good luck.
Thanks, Mike.
This ball off the bat of Blanco tailing away, and that's one of those balls in center field. You have to try to block that bait, whether you dive in front of it, slide in front of it, try to hold him to a double. A wild pitch here scores a run for the Giants. Try to keep it at 0.
Ryan Theriot walked first time up and then was thrown out when he line drive foul down by the bullpen. And he tried to steal in the first and over moved the bag. Here's Maben over to try to backhand it, and it's just not quite there in time.
Looked like he had plenty of time to try to maybe slide to get to that baseball to prevent it from going for the wall.
That's a strike on the corner. 2 strikes on Ontario. Ontario sounds like we're talking about a place where they have an airport over by Palm Springs. Up and away, 1 and 2. Well, it really is a joy to watch the army of men that have put together this draft for the Padres. Line drive left field, charged by Quentin, can't make the play. Theriot drives in the run, as scoring is Blanco. It's 4-1. He boxed it for a while, but couldn't hold on. Actually had the ball against his body.
You know, that ball may have been knuckling to Carlos Quentin, but what a great effort. Trying to square it up, hits off the heel, off the chest, kind of cradle it. Oh, can't come up with it. Good effort, though, Carlos Quentin, because you're diving with feet first, sliding rather, feet first. Well, the one good thing is that ball does not get by Carlos Quentin. A good job. Hey, he didn't catch it. Good effort. At least he held him to first base.
And here's Melky Cabrera, their red-hot hitter. He struck out the first time and takes ball 1. Most hits this season. 82 hits for Cabrera, leading the National League. Now the veteran Theriot with a line drive to left, and the Giants are hitting the ball hard. A couple of line outs, and the triple by Blanco to left center, and the line out line drive that was not an out off the bat of Theriot. The game try by Quentin in left. He's over there mumbling to himself in left field, thinking, I should have had that, knowing him.
You know, that was a catchable ball, but you got to realize also, we have to realize it's kind of spring training.
Runner goes. Baker's throw to second. And this time he doesn't overslide. Safe at second is Theriot.
Looks like Theriot kind of came up short at second base. He stops. The tag is thrown down, doesn't get there, and then he sneaks around the glove.
Should have been out again.
Let's see, stops.
First time he overslides, this time he underslides.
Yeah, that was close.
Second steal of the year. Bouncer up the middle. The throw by Forsythe. Oh, he gets the speedy Cabrera, and it took a strong arm and play by Logan Forsythe. Welcome back to the big team. 4-1 after 2.5. Vacation. Highlight of the game, Melky Cabrera against Anthony Bass.
Well, here, what he wanted to do, Dick, is he wanted to control it, be outside the strike zone. You can see he's almost taking a two-strike approach to Melky Cabrera because he's so hot, and then he tries to put him away with the slider. That's what he tried to do, almost a two-strike approach right from the get-go, because Melky is the hottest hitter in the Giants lineup.
Mark Sweeney joining us down by the Padre dugout. Yonder Alonso, a mighty swing and a miss, lined out his first time.
Well, that's a great point that Mark Sweeney makes, and it's a great approach that Anthony Bass took against Cabrera. We'll have to keep an eye on that matchup as the night goes on.
0-2 to Alonso, to be followed by Quentin and Headley. The Padres sending 8 men to the plate in the last inning and scoring 4 runs on 4 hits. Stays alive. No, it bounced into the glove of Posey.
Dale Scott, the home plate umpire, saying that ball was tipped, then hit the ground, and then held on by Posey. Posey looked like, to me, tried to sell it as if he caught it cleanly off the bat. Nope, it was picked off the ground, therefore he gets another shot at it.
Give Dale Scott and the umpires credit. Now that is a very difficult call to make, and he made it accurately and quickly.
Absolutely. He made a great call.
1-2 the count. And another foul at the plate. Well, this is the first of 3 two-day games to complete the series. 2:30 for Padres Live tomorrow, a 3:30 game. Clayton Richard against Madison Bumgarner. And then Thursday's game at 12:30, 11:30 for Padres Live. And then the Padres go on the road for 10. Chased in the dirt, and Alonso's out swinging. Lincecum, a strikeout pitcher, has logged his first K, and it came here in the 3rd. And here's Quentin. It's as if that long home run in the 2nd inning awakened the entire lineup.
We talked about confidence, Carlos Quentin. How about the bat flip? That shows confidence.
Distance is too short, Carlos, here at Petco.
Yeah.
Starts him with a curveball.
He knows he's going to be hacking early in the count, so he's going to throw a little wrinkle to Carlos Quentin. He might throw him a split here. He's got that fastball, curveball, slider, and a split change, we'll call it. We'll call it a split. There it is.
2 strikes. Lincecum ahead of Quentin. in this exchange.
Well, if he throws him a fastball here, he's probably going to throw it to the top of the screen or about 8 feet outside the strike zone.
Off speed inside. That's the splitter. Just 5'11". They say he's still under 160 pounds. Gets all that energy and power from that small frame. Got him swinging. All splitters or breaking balls. 2 strikeouts here for Lincecum in the third.
Fastball arm action, split finger grip, change up if you will, way out in front. And with the way Carlos Quentin is locked in, Mark Sweeney, you can see the way that Lincecum counters. He didn't even throw him a fastball that at bat.
I'm not sure he threw him a strike.
Yeah, and guys, you know what? Just watching Tim Lincecum, you see the velocity. And Mark, you touched on it too earlier. Not having that velocity where he can really pump it up when he needs to, reaching back. That's the difference I see in Tim Lincecum. When he gets hurt and when he gets in trouble, he always goes to that split finger changeup type grip. So that's what he likes to do, and it looks like he's doing that now because of that second inning.
Headley doubled to right center field after Quentin's home run in the second. Eventually he came a run on a single by Cabrera. So 1 pitch away from striking out the side, Lincecum here in the third. Try to get Headley to chase after one of those splitters.
Well, Chase Headley now 1-2, was 0-2. 4th time in a row that Lincecum had these Padre hitters 0-2. Talk about getting ahead quickly.
Now levels the count at 2-2. Nice turn on it in this perfect night for ball, Tuesday night. And there it is, the 3-2 count. Headley.
That's a shocker. Count, full count.
Lincecum has walked just one, and it became a run.
Breaking ball, some type of breaking ball.
Hit into left center field. Pagan chasing it down near the warning track. And that's it for the Padres in the third. They go in order. We've completed 3 at Petco. Padres lead by 3. Fedoras.
That's the hat section. Very nice, guys and gals.
And time now for our AT&T trivia question tonight. Tim Lincecum was the 10th overall pick in the first round of the 06 draft. How many pitchers were chosen before him? He was there until the 10th spot. Were there other pitchers before? We'll give you the answer in the half inning. Anthony Bass back to work with a 4-1 lead. Buster Posey leads it off. Ground ball to short. Cabrera across to Alonso for the first out. Well, a reminder, don't miss the Padres deal of the week. Each week you can enjoy an exclusive offer on upcoming games. This week you can catch the Padres and the Giants tomorrow, June 6th, for only $12. $12 tomorrow. And the deal is a deal. Visit Padres.com/on deck to find the latest deals and promotions. Well, these good fans of San Diego, and we include those that have flown down from San Francisco to see the series, have really supported Major League Baseball this year.
You know, I'm a big Tim Lincecum fan, obviously because of his talent, but what amazes me even more is during the offseason when he doubles as Opera Man on Saturday Night Live. When Adam Sandler can't make the call, Timmy Lincecum fills in.
1 ball and 1 strike to Angel Pagan, who lined to short his first time. Good play made by the leaping Cabrera. You know, the 3-game series over the weekend with Arizona attracted almost 96,000 fans.
Awesome.
And the average attendance so far this year is almost identical to that of last year. So, you know, hats off to you fans. You know a good deal and you enjoy watching baseball action here at beautiful Petco. That's in for a strike.
Nice changeup from Anthony Bass. Right where you want to be, down in the zone, knee high. Here comes the 2-seamer in.
Ooh. Didn't come back and catch the corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Pagan. You see that pitch barely missing the corner. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with a changeup. 3rd strikeout for Anthony Bass.
Hey, that's a good comeback for Anthony Bass, as he did not get the call in the inside corner, which was pretty close. But then he goes to the other side of the plate, has Pagan way out in front, and the swing and miss.
Brings up the 24-year-old Texan first baseman Brandon Belt. He flied to center his first at bat.
See the bottom drop out of that slider?
That was a major league effort there. It's a great, great name for a baseball player, isn't it? Brandon Belt. Perhaps his parents had something in mind 24 years ago.
Yeah, the names that come to mind that you don't want to have, especially as a pitcher, Bob Walk.
Well, my parents must have known something. I wanted to be an athlete. They gave me Richard Enberg. You know, that really sounds powerful, doesn't it? It sounds like an announcer's name. 1 and 2.
Homer Bailey, pitcher. Not good.
That's right. Strike 3 called. Inside corner, says D.L. Scott. Couple of strikeouts for Bass and a 1-2-3 fourth. Here's the last one that Bell caught looking.
Hey, Dick's mic was a little low, too.
Have a pretty good party tomorrow night.
That's right.
I bet you.
Busy.
You're getting the royal treatment.
There you go.
He doesn't do that for me.
Padres up bottom of the fourth inning with a 4-1 lead. It'll be Baker, Forsythe, and Cabrera for San Diego. Chad McDonald, assistant general manager, involved with player personnel with the Padres in the draft. He's the man with the baton in the draft room, and not darts. He's pointing. Might throw a spiral through one of the picks on the board there. Looked like you played a little football in your day.
Played a little bit of everything. Yep.
He's a great athlete. That's what they draft, right?
Upside.
Sean Baker fly to center his first time, and is there a way of capsuling what's happened the first 2 days? And I know you're pleased.
Very pleased. You know, our scouts were relentless in pursuing the guys we wanted, guys that will make an impact right here, guys with upside, guys that will make us winners.
We're going to go through the first 5 picks of yesterday, the top selections, and ask you to give us a little personality note or baseball note on each, as Baker goes after one of those splitters. 3 strikeouts now for Lincecum. There they are. Okay. Tell us about the number 1 pick, Freed.
Freed, we like left-handers. I live at 3 at home. 2 of my boys are left-handers, so left-handers are popular. He's got plus pitches. He throws downhill. He's athletic. It's front of the rotation type stuff. He's a winner. He's a great human being. It's impact person. It's impact pitcher, and I can't wait to get him a uniform.
This is Forsythe. He walked in the second inning.
Where do you see him going, Chad? And what's the protocol as far as a pitcher like Freed?
You know, he's thrown a lot of innings this year, so we'll take it nice and slow. Talk with Josh and Randy and see how we want to do it this summer. But, you know, we'll get him ready. You got to log the innings to get here, and so we'll take it a little slower this summer, and he'll be ready for next spring training.
The rookie league is up in Eugene. Is the Padre base? Is that where you'll send a lot of these kids?
Yeah, a lot of them will go there. A lot of them go in Peoria, and I know they're excited to get there.
1-2 to Forsythe. And that'll kick foul. Okay, let's go to Zach Eflin, a right-handed pitcher, the 33rd selection in the draft.
Eflin, physical kid, chance for 3+. No way in the world we thought he'd get there to 33. It's easy. It's downhill. He's an aggressive strike thrower. There's not a lot of wondering. This guy's going to be good. It's now stuff. It's going to get a little bit better. And surprised he's there at 33. He wasn't going to get past us.
I know that you guys were sweating it out when it got to 31, and he was still on the board hoping, oh, don't take him.
Right.
Why was he still there? He had a little arm trouble, didn't he, this spring?
Yeah, he came out this spring really throwing well and kind of put himself on the map. Late spring, what a lot of high schools do, got a little fatigued, missed a start. Our medical staff went through everything. He's fine. He's healthy. He came back. We saw his last 3 starts. Again, our cross-checkers were there every step of the way, our area scouts, and we knew him backwards and forwards. And so when he was there, we had comfort in knowing who he was, and we took him.
There's a lot of fans that know their baseball, know their collegiate baseball, but if I ask 100 people where's Stony Brook College, I don't know if 5 out of 100 could name it, but they're a pretty good baseball program.
Yeah, they had 4 or 5 players drafted this year. We took Jankowski, 44th pick. It's plus speed. He's going to play center field. He's going to play it as well as anyone. I think he was first or second in the Cape this fall in hitting. I think it was the Cape
MVP,
Player of the Year. Yeah, MVP. And and he had a great year this year. And he's super athletic. He's a grinder, top of the order type bat, and another guy we're happy to have.
How do you evaluate, Chad, when these kids are swinging aluminum bats as opposed to swinging wooden bats in pro ball?
Well, again, that's why we go to the Cape, and a lot of good players go up there and see them in the wood bat league. And then some of the adjustments the aluminum bats have made the last couple of years are a little bit more like wooden bats, and some of the hitters have had trouble adjusting. The guys that we took haven't, and that's why we took them.
1-1 to Cabrera, who knocked in a run with a single in that 4-run second inning. We're going to take the fans watching tonight into the draft room. You got a lot of personnel in there. Are all the scouts there?
Not all of them, a lot of them. And we bring in our cross-check group and our front office personnel. We bring in some area scouts, and they're all part of it one way or the other. And some of them are physically there, others are there emotionally. But we had quite a few.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a busy 2 days, and I know you're not going to get a lot of sleep tonight. More work to be done.
We're going to go back at it tomorrow.
All right, Chad. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Chad, thanks.
All the best.
Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. By Chase. Deposit checks from your smartphone with Chase Quick Deposit. Take a step forward and chase what matters. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. And welcome back. Top of the 5th inning here at Petco Park. The Padres with a 4-1 lead in this opener with the Giants. 3-game series. Anthony Bass goes to work. Lower third of the order for Bruce Bochy's Giants. Arias, Crawford, and Lincecum scheduled here in the 5th. Arias grounded to second his first at bat. Fly ball to center. Right at Cameron Maben, waiting for it to come out of the night. One away.
Well, we know that Anthony Bass can locate the fastball. He's got that changeup, but it's the slider that really stands out. What makes it so effective? Up on top of it to get good tilt, good rotation. Look at the bite on that. It's not a sweeping slider. It's a slider that's got serious tilt down off the table and not like a Luke Gregerson slider. It's totally different. It's a power slider that the bottom just drops right out of it. He's staying on top of that pitch nicely this evening.
Brandon Crawford lined to the second baseman Forsythe in the 3rd. Takes a strike.
Mark Sweeney's down by the dugout. Toughest slider you ever had to face, Marco.
Yeah, Todd Stottlemyre, actually a teammate of mine, and then went the other direction.
Fly ball lifted to left. Quinton is there for the second out.
Almost so good, Mark, that he could tell you it was coming.
Yep.
That was one of those tough ones.
Sure.
Tough matchup for any.
Mark, what was your draft round?
9th round. I actually went 39th as a junior. Went back to school. I was on schedule to graduate. Didn't know what was going to happen coming out of the University of Maine. Did not know what was going to happen. So, 9th round, California Angels.
All right.
Black Bears.
The Black Bears.
Orono. Good crossword puzzle name. College in Maine. Orono. Get those 3 vowels in there.
Yeah.
Tough play deep at short, Cabrera, but he's got the arm to make it. And that's 7 straight retired by Anthony Bass. We've reached the halfway mark in this one with the Padres in front 4-1. Home run, 1-0. Headley followed with a double, and Cabrera brought him home on that single to center field, 2-0. And then with 2 men on, Cameron Maben, a broken bat double into the corner, and the Padres had a 4-0 advantage. Giants came back with 1 in the 3rd inning, a triple by Blanco, and Terrio's line drive off the glove of Carlos Quentin in left field. That's where we stand. Last of the 5th. Bass, the hitter, scored after he was safe trying to bunt in the 2nd inning, safe on a fielder's choice. His bunt played by the first baseman Belt, who threw over to 3rd, even though Arias had left the bag. The Padre runner Forsythe was called out. 1-2. Lincecum now with 73 pitches in the game, has struck out 4 and walked 1. Just the 1 bad inning. He's been in control the other 3. Chases in the dirt. Go. The ball got away from Posey, and Bass didn't run immediately, and so the putout made it first base. 5th strikeout for Lincecum. Well, our AT&T trivia question involved the right-hander of the Giants, Tim Lincecum, and the draft. Picked 10th overall in 2006. Were there pitchers chosen before him? Here's the answer. Lou Kochevar, Greg Reynolds, Brad Lincoln, Brandon Morrow, Andrew Miller, and Clayton Kershaw, who just happened to be the 7th pick that year, just as the Padres' 7th pick this year, 7th overall, Max Fried, an 18-year-old left-hander.
Well, pitcher heavy in the first 10, huh? Can always use those arms.
Maben, 2-run double in the 2nd. Pounds that. Ooh, that took a mean hop over the barrier into the crowd.
I'll tell you what, you talk about great athletes. Greg Lilly right there. Wipe that smile off your face. Anyway, and then Eddie Ibarra just above Greg, who does a great job. There's Eddie. Can never go to his left.
He keeps pork chopping Lilly, though, with that right elbow. I got the shot. 2 strikes on Maben.
A couple of good eggs right there who do a fine job working that camera.
Two strikes to Maben. Got him swinging. So Lincecum, after not striking out anyone the first 2 innings, is on a tear. 6 strikeouts in the last 3 innings. San Diego Padres games are obviously a lot more fun when you attend in a group of your friends. Groups as small as 20 can enjoy big savings, special seating. We'll get a nice welcome out on the scoreboard and much more. Petco Park, that's the place. Several exclusive group facilities to fit your specific group needs. Reserve your group tickets or private suite. Call 619-795-5555.
Well, Tim Lincecum has locked in 8 of the last 9 hitters faced. He's had 0-2 counts. He's 0-1 here. He's hit a wild streak.
9 in a row now, retired by Lincecum since Maben's 2-run double back in the second. Ground ball to the right side. Terrio over to Belt. And another 1-2-3 inning. That's 3 straight innings. 3 up, 3 down for Lincecum. Our Geico quote of the game, it comes from the left-hander the Padres picked first in the draft, Max Fried. Being a Southern Californian, says Fried, there's no better place I'd rather be, especially with it being a pitcher's park, meaning Petco. I felt at home there. I felt it was somewhere I was able to be myself, more so than other places that I didn't feel so comfortable. So we look forward to seeing Fried in a Padre uniform. Hopefully he'll sign shortly. We'll see him in a Padre jersey and get to meet him personally.
Exciting times for all those kids, and we wish them well. Hook 'em horns. Don't show that to Layla Rahimi.
Top of the order, Blanco to start the 6th inning for San Francisco, as Bass and Lincecum both in a run of outs. Anthony's retired 7 in a row, and Lincecum now 10 straight. Blanco has struck out and tripled the left center. Scored the only run for the Giants. Rips one into left field for a base hit. Now here's a young player that never hit that well in the minor leagues, but has good speed, good tools, and he's showing he belongs. 266 coming in, a triple and a sharp single.
Well, sometimes at the big league level you're going to have better pitchers around the plate, and therefore a hitter will have a little bit more success. You talk about taking a pitch the opposite way and trying not to do too much with it. That's a great example Gregor Blanco does with that pitch.
Terrio walked and a sharp single to knock in the run in the 3rd inning. That was close.
Good throw, might have had him.
Blanco came up through the Atlanta system and had a cup of coffee, a little more with Atlanta 3 years, then went to Kansas City. In his minor league record, 269 as a hitter. He's hitting about that right now this season. Terrio following that ball all the way to the glove.
Got to work down in the zone here, work for a grounder with that slider possibly. Ooh, pitch out. They're smelling something.
Well, the count goes 2-0. Terrio, a good man with the bat. He's an ideal number 2 hitter. Will go the other way. Veteran. Some of the Giants fans starting a San Francisco chant, and the Padre fans overriding that when it comes to let's go Giants or Padres. And this is a shot for the Giants into the corner. Quentin will dig it out. Running all the way is Blanco with his feet. Here's the play at the plate, and not in time. So the combination of Blanco and Terrio deliver again. In the third, it was a triple Blanco, Terrio single. Now a single by Blanco, followed by Terrio's RBI double, and it's 4-2.
Well, one thing is for sure, Ryan Terrio loves the fastball in, and he spins on it nicely. Anthony Baz tries to throw the fastball away. It leaks middle in, and everybody is off and running. Blanco picks up the ball, picks up Tim Flannery, and Tim Flannery's going to race him home.
Blanco with white speed coming around the corner.
Got it. That's awesome.
And Terrio with no one out at second base as this Padre lead shrinks, and there's a good looking bunt by Cabrera. He can really fly. They don't get him. Alonso thought he had him. So Cabrera, who has shown a lot of power and a lot of base hits, and one of the reasons his speed, he accumulates the leg hits as well. So a single, double, and now a bunt single.
He may have been out. I think he was out big time. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's 2 calls tonight that have gone against the Padres and for the Giants. And they both seem, that's not a bang-bang play. The ball's there, a half step.
And you know, if you're questioning at home, well, maybe his foot was off the bag. His foot was still on the bag, it looked like. Yonder Alonso had to reach across to catch that throw from John Baker. But it looked to me that his foot was in fact in contact with the bag.
C.B. Buckner saw it a different way, so the Giants benefit from another call. First and third, no one out. And the Padres 4-2 lead in jeopardy as Buster Posey steps in with no one out. Double and a ground out to short for Posey. Baker going through some signs in case Cabrera, who is a good base stealer, decides to go to second, and Andrew Kashner is up early tonight. Challenges with a first pitch fastball for a strike.
And Posey's kind of shaking his head a little bit. He wants that fastball back. That was middle in. That's something he can turn on.
Posey still not at full speed after that lower leg fracture. Fly ball line to right, actually, right at Kotze. That'll bring in the third run. Scoring easily is Terrio, and the Giants have pulled to within 1. Posey's 30th RBI of the season. He leads the Giants.
Is that a pretty swing?
It really is.
That's a breaking ball that Posey stays on, and it didn't even look like a lot of body movement. He just recognizing the pitch, and watch him stays on it, and you know what, from the time he starts his hand forward and puts that foot down, he's got it in his mind that he's going to drive the ball the opposite field. And that's exactly what he does on that breaking ball. I think there are a lot of hitters out there that will try to spin on that breaking ball because it's off speed. He did a nice job staying on that pitch and driving it the other way.
With the theme being the June draft, the Giants had to be delighted in 2008 when Posey was there, 5th player selected in the first round. They knew he had great potential, and he's delivered A+. Angel Pagan is lined to short and struck out. Tying run at first base in the form of Cabrera, who has 9 steals. (4-3) the Padre lead. There he goes. Line drive, base hit to center field. Cabrera keeps right on going to third. The throw in cut off by Alonso in the middle of the diamond, and the Giants A rattling Petco here in the 6th. That's 4 hits and a line drive sacrifice fly against Anthony Bass.
The adjustment now has to be to keep the ball down. Look at that pitch there. It's up, it's away, and pulled to the first base side of second base. If Anthony Bass makes the adjustment down in the zone, that's probably a ground ball. And the slow trot from the skipper is not a good sign.
But it's a giant inning fortified by a call that went against San Diego.
Yep.
Cabrera's bunt ruled a single, but he was out. So Bud Black goes out. 80 pitches for Bass, but the Giants are making solid contact here in the 6th. And with first and third occupied and only one out, here comes Andrew Kastner. Well, tonight, 2 close calls. This one, where obviously the third baseman Arias had left the bag too soon, but he was called out the slide. And look at that. That's not even close.
No.
I mean, that's there's every fan in the ballpark could have seen that. I don't see what Buckner, how he could have called that safe at first base.
Just totally changes the complexion of those innings as you take a look at the line for Anthony Bass. And this is where Andrew Kastner has to pick up those runners at first and third with one out. Elevating the baseball the last inning here in the 6th. Here's the Alonso play at first base. Foot on the bag, ball in the glove, Cabrera.
Still midair. I mean, it makes it easy to call that. It's not like he ran through the bag where it's tougher to.
What the
Cabrera,
1985 World Series is going on there with Don Deckinger. Remember that play, Dick?
Yeah, they're not perfect, and it just seems like those calls don't even out. And when you're in last place, maybe it's just a psychological thing that the better team gets the call.
Seems that way.
It does seem that way, and it's obviously that's a terrible generality, but
we're not saying that's what happens. It just seems that way.
Yeah. There's no intent, just a matter of judgment. Well, here's Brandon Belt flying to center and took a third strike. And here's a time where Kastner, a strikeout pitcher, would like to call upon his best stuff. Oh, that almost got Baker crossed up. He barely stopped that one from going to the screen.
Hey, that's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball that's thrown on the other side of John Baker. Good luck picking that one. He did a nice job.
Tying run, Cabrera. Beneficiary of the call at first. He's over at third. Pagan at first. Fly ball left field. That's going to tie it up. Quinton with the catch. Cabrera with all that speed. It's 4-4. Well, that's a gift run for the Giants. The inning should be over.
Two pieces of good hitting by the Giants in this inning. The sac fly by Buster Posey to right, and Brandon Bell taking the hard-thrown Kastner the opposite way for the line drive to left. It seems like for the Giants, Tim Lincecum has found his groove. Padres took advantage of him in the second inning with some bad pitches, but nothing going since that second.
Here's Arias, ground out and a fly out. Pagan, 10 stolen bases, so he needs to be watched. One more than Cabrera to lead the Giants in steals. There he goes. Baker's throw, not close. $11 steals now for Pagan this year.
Not the greatest jump, and with a good fastball. Looks like John Baker just kind of works underneath that one, and the throw is off target.
So the go-ahead score in position for the Giants with 2 outs here in the 6th. They've got 3 runs home. 99 on that fastball. Well, the 4-run explosion for the Padres in the second against Lincecum, that has now evaporated. Chases the slider, 1-2. Oh, that was the 1-2 pitch, and down he goes. So Cashner able to stop the bleeding, but not until the Giants score 3 to tie. So Tim Lincecum perseveres, down 4-0 after 2. His teammates get him 1 in the 3rd and 3 more here in the top of the 6th inning. He's even at 4-all as he goes to work. Yonder Alonso has lined to right and struck out. Lincecum, with a string of 10 consecutive outs, has not allowed a base runner since the 2-run double by Cameron Maben back in the 2nd inning. His 81st pitch of the night is a strike, 1-1, and he's the kind of pitcher that'll go 110, 115 pitches in a game. Way out in front is Alonso.
So he's got that curveball working now. He's got that split change working now.
6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Tried to get Alonso to chase with that split. Yonder in the throes of a 2 for 26 streak.
Breaking ball. You know, you can kind of tell by the way that Buster Posey, and generally speaking, catchers, when they set up, if they get into that crouch position to try to anticipate a ball in the dirt, especially 2 strikes, it's probably going to be a breaking ball. If they just set up casually, like on the outside corner, now watch how he'll spread his legs to get ready, anticipate the ball in the dirt. Off-speed pitch.
Strikeout number 7. The split gets Alonso. He struck out twice tonight. And here's Carlos Quentin. His long, high home run in the second inning leading off. Set the fuse on a 4-run second inning. He struck out the last time.
Did you notice something after that home run? Tim Lincecum has not offered a fastball to Carlos Quentin the rest of the night.
All right, let's see how the two adjust here in this at bat. Quentin has observed that, no doubt. He's going to be thinking, all right, you're not going to throw me a fastball.
First pitch curveball.
Outside, ball 1. So Quentin, 6 games for the Padres, 6-game hitting streak, 4 home runs, 8 runs batted in.
Complete a slider.
1-1. First time that Lincecum has faced Quentin this game. Off speed again.
No fastballs yet, right?
Not the last 2 at bats.
If he throws him a fastball, believe me, I think it's going to be up and out of the zone, something where he cannot get that top hand on top of and drive.
Inside, 3-1, a split. Hasn't thrown him a strike in this at bat.
All over the map.
Yep. Yeah. Put yourself in Quentin's head here. What do you think he's looking for? 3-1.
Oh, it's got. I'm guessing off speed pitch. Yep. High split.
If you're looking for it and you get a high splitter, that's the one you want to crack, huh?
That's the one that he could have done some damage with.
Well, Carlos thought it was high. He was on his way to first base. Called back by plate umpire Scott. The count is full. Line to left, into the corner. He's got another extra base hit. Quentin on his way to second. My, oh my. His return to the lineup after such a long hiatus has been amazing.
After the home run, nothing but off-speed pitches. This at bat, first pitch curveball. Another breaking ball, a slider. Curveball, all over the map. East Coast, going down to the south, now hitting the East Coast, now right in the Midwest, right around central Michigan. And then that one right there, right in the heart of Chicago, right in the middle of the map, and he makes him pay with a double down the left field line.
So since rejoining the club, 5 games, he has 4 home runs and 4 doubles. Amazing. Headley, a chance to give the Padres the lead. Takes ball 1, a split. High that time. 1 out double by Quentin. John Baker's on deck. Headley, a double, scored in the second and flied to center the last time, deep left center. 2-0. So Lincecum's pitch is coming up.
And the velocity on the fastball, 91. And that's what will happen when you throw a lot of off-speed pitches. Then you go back to the fastball. Fastball has a tendency to drop in velocity. Dave Righetti, the big ragu pitching coach, going to the phones.
Ooh, that one almost to the screen. Good block by Posey, and the count goes 3-0, almost as if he's pitching around Headley with first base open. John Baker on deck. Former Padre Clay Hensley, first to get up in the Giant pen. Green lighted, 3-0. Fastball. Both dugouts on the phone. 4-4 tie. We're in the last of the 6th. One out double by Quinton. That's at the knees, and the count is full again on Chase Headley.
Pitcher's pitch. Fastball right at the knees, split in the heart of the plate. I'll bet you a dime to donuts off-speed pitch here. Split maybe?
Why not dime to a pomegranate? Why is it always donuts?
Because they're awesome.
Struck him out. Fastball up in the letters. 8 strikeouts now for Lincecum.
Well, one thing is, I owe you a dozen donuts. Secondly, it's a 3-2 fastball that he challenges him with. He had him 3-0. He went fastball, 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 and got Headley to chase. You want glazed, old-fashioned, French cruller? What do you want?
I kind of like anything with cinnamon.
Got you covered.
Baker flied out and struck out. In the dirt, and not far enough for Quinton to advance. The ball rolling right toward third base. Baker looking for his 6th RBI. It would give the Padres the lead here in the last of the 6th. Typical tight contest between these two rivals in the National League West. Right field corner wide open. Oh, that didn't miss by much.
You can see how far over playing right there. All that real estate down the right field line. Get something off speed.
Just pop it over the first baseman's head.
Yep.
Fastball strike.
In fact, if you drew a straight line from third base to second base, look at that. See where Blanco's playing? It's kind of a straight line. Sorry, I've had like 8 cups of coffee. That has nothing to do with it.
Ground ball up the middle, but shaded toward second was the shortstop Crawford to throw him out. Now a 1-out double by Quinton goes to waste in the 6th. We're on to the 7th.
With you, boys. It's been a battle of big innings.
Yeah, the Padres got on top early, especially in the 2nd inning, but then the Giants came back. Buster Posey, this young man is impressive. He puts on solid at bats, big at bat there in the big inning for the Giants.
Anthony Bass cruising along, looked like he was doing pretty well. Coming up in the post-game show, we're going to break down what went wrong for Anthony, what seems to be going right now for Tim Lincecum, and we've got a couple extra features for you, including one that you're really going to want to see about the Stand Up to Cancer program. We're going to have all that for you and more coming up on the post-game show.
All right, Mike. mark. We'll look forward to that as Andrew Kashner sets up for the top of the 7th inning. Brandon Crawford and Aubrey Huff is in the on-deck circle. Perhaps that's it for the night for Lincecum. We'll see. Should Crawford get on, they might leave Lincecum in to bunt. Crawford's line to second and fly to left.
Hey, Dick, I know we talked about the draft earlier, and I think it's worth noting, with players that the Padres have acquired via trade or homegrown Padres, kind of something interesting happened in the minor leagues tonight. Yasmani Grandal homered with Jed Jerko on base in the same inning that Jerko hit a grand slam tonight. So the youngsters,
they hit around and around.
Yeah, swinging the hot bats in the minor leagues.
2-1 now on the changeup. Jed Jerko, and of course, Grandal, who was here for one game, got an at bat, and they're part of the future.
Yeah.
Three and 1, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So Lincecum, even though Huff is in the on-deck circle, he's got his batting gloves on, and should Crawford walk or get on base, you have the feeling Lincecum will stay in, save themselves a pinch hitter. And they'll play the sacrifice. Swing and a miss. Changeup.
That's become a good pitch for Andrew Kashner. You got a hitter out there thinking 100 miles an hour. Then you pull the string with the 100-mile-an-hour arm action, and then the changeup comes up at 89. Good luck.
Just foul down into the bullpen. We have time for our Farmers Insurance Report Card. And speaking of the Padre minor league system, here are the 4 players in the Midwest League for the Fort Wayne team that have been named to the All-Star team: Hedges, Peterson, Garces, and Portillo. Portillo has the best ERA in the Midwest League. Hedges, a top draft pick a year ago, the young catcher from San Juan Capistrano. Chase Peterson, a footballer at McNeese State that is developing they saw him as a baseball athlete as well, and he's having a fine season down there. Line drive, center field, base hit. So the number 8 hitter, Brandon Crawford, with a leadoff single here in the 7th inning, and Lincecum will not hit. They're going to bring up Aubrey Huff, the veteran left-handed hitting first baseman outfielder. That was a bluff by Lincecum, perhaps trying to convince Bochy that he should get an at bat. Terrific turnout on this Tuesday night. 30,662. 4-4 tie. Giants only 3 games behind the Dodgers at the start tonight, trying to rally from 4-0 down. Dodgers rallied late at Philadelphia and squeezed out a 2-1 win against the Phils. That game on the board. Out in front, a wild wave by Huff, and changeup. After Huff, to the top of the order, Blanco and Terrio. That partnership has produced a couple of rallies. Runner goes, a little hit and run, and Huff fouls it back. Blanco, with 2 outs in the 3rd, tripled up the gap in left center and scored on Terrio single. And then in the 6th inning, the 3-run inning, started with a Blanco single and an RBI double by Terrio. And Cabrera was awarded a bunt single on an unusual call at first base. And eventually a couple of sacrifice flies tied it. Well, here's a fan trying to outsprint a couple of security guards, and he's going to go down, as does his security guard. And we're not going to show that. We don't want to encourage others to be as foolish. Obviously, there must be some dampness in the grass. The security and the idiot both went down. For the life of me, I can't imagine why. Why? Well, he'll be run off the field and as fast as possible. And hopefully the fans are cheering the security and not the character.
Oh, he'll be spending the night in the slammer. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Time for fingerprinting.
Want you to meet your friend here, Bubba.
Not a good idea, folks, to run on the field, so let that be a lesson to you.
Meanwhile, it delays the rhythm of the game, and Kastner, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Huff. Strikes him out, overpowers him with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Second strikeout for Kastner.
He just challenged him, came right after him. I think John Baker was even up in the crouch a little bit. It's almost like he wanted him to throw it up and in to tie him up a little bit. Right down the middle, cannot catch up to it.
2 strikeouts to Kastner, 4 logged by the starter Anthony Bass. Top of the order, Blanco, 2 for 3. Think about this Giants team, and they've added 3 players that are really contributed offensively. Gregor Blanco, and they got from Kansas City Melky Cabrera, who's tearing up the National League, and Angel Pagan from the Mets. All 3 of those left-handed bats delivering. I mean, you hope to get production from 1 or 2, but all 3. One out. Crawford at first base. Fastball on the inside edge at 98. Crawford does not have a steal this year.
Right center field, big gap out that way. They're banking on him hitting the ball the opposite way. So let's see if Kastner pitches him away.
Almost pitched Alonso away. That throw was wide. But we have a quick moment here. I want to congratulate the San Diego Tourist Association and one of the major attractions here in our great city, the USS Midway. In the last year, more than 1 million tourists visited the Midway.
What a great
record
visit. That's awesome.
Part of our character, community, history, and makes it fun to come to visit here. Up high, and a lot of folks from San Francisco. Darren Smith on our radio outlet for Padres baseball, XX90. I heard him on the way to the park say he went over to the hotel that adjacent to the ballpark and said nothing but San Francisco Giant fans from the lobby. And what is happening is folks are having trouble getting a ticket at San Francisco. They're sold out every game. Hey, it's not inexpensive to fly down here, have a nice 2 or 3 days, see the Giants, buy a ticket here at Petco, see a great ballpark, and root for your home team. Nice thing about those folks, they pay a same price as the Padres fans. Click those turnstiles. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Baker's throw is offline. And Crawford has his first steal of the season.
Not a good jump, and once again a good pitch. It was a fastball, just pulled to the shortstop side. And how close was it as far as Crawford oversliding the bag?
Forsythe trying to knock his hand off the bag.
Yep.
And he, by a fingernail, clings to the stolen base. The count is 2-2 now to Blanco. So he and Terrio will have a chance to break this 4-4 tie. Got him. Overpowered with the fastball at 99. 3 strikeouts, Kastner.
You know, that's what I think Andrew Kastner needs to do more of, is the fastball on the inside part of the plate. I think sometimes, just sometimes, hitters might get a little comfortable. Fastballs away, they can just, spin it that way, take it the opposite way. I defy any hitter that can try to catch up. A left-handed hitter, 100-mile-an-hour fastball on the inner part of the plate, trying to catch up with that, good luck.
Terrio on base all 3 times against Bass with a walk, a single, and a double. Clips that one into the second deck to the right.
Hey, enjoy a Padres game with your friends, and you can save with Bud's Night Out. When you buy one Padres ticket, you can get a second ticket half off. Bring your friend Bubba to the game on select games and seating areas that are selected. Get your tickets today, Padres.com/on deck.
That's a strike at the knees. 0-2. Terrio walked in the first, RBI single in the third, RBI double, and scored himself in the sixth. Crawford away from second. 2-strike pitch.
He's got a huge lead.
Line drive by Alonso into right field. Kotsay up with the ball. Here comes Crawford. He scores. Giants 5, Padres 4. Terrio, what a night for him. A walk, and 3 times he's knocked in a run. Twice with singles and another with a double. The stolen base playing a big part of this inning. 3 RBI night for Ryan Terrio.
That was just a high fastball. It takes the other way. He knows that Cashner throws 100 miles an hour just out of the reach of Yonder Alonso. A great effort, and then the race was on. The test of Kotsay's arm and the speed of Brendan Crawford. Crawford wins that race.
Tim Flannery, the former Padre, waving him home from his third base coaching spot. Get this, fans. Terrio, here we are in June, comes into the game with 4 RBIs. He's knocked in 3 tonight. Cabrera, that's aimed right at Quinton. And the inning is over, but damage done. A single by Crawford, a stolen base, and a 2-out single Terrio, and San Francisco leads for the first time. Big play. NL West. Dodgers to Seattle to take on Ichiro and the Mariners. Baseball night in America telecast presented by Budweiser begins Saturday at 4 Pacific time, only on Fox. Padres and the Milwaukee Brewers will precede that here on Fox Sports San Diego. So Tim Lincecum with some terrific support after giving up a 4-0 lead. His teammates battle back at 1 in the third, 3 in the sixth, and another in the seventh with Ryan Terrio in the middle of all of it. Clay Hensley comes into pitch in the last of the seventh inning. Lower third of the order, Forsythe, Cabrera, and Bass for the Padres.
Well, we all know Clay Hensley, fastball, and he tries to sink that fastball. Curveball split and a slider. He's a guy that has to rely on location and work for the ground ball early, because he only tops out about 90 miles an hour, always working from the stretch.
Opposing hitters have had trouble making contact with him. He's allowed only a .208 batting average this year. And the first pitch to Forsythe, a strike. Logan has walked and he struck out tonight. Lincecum finished 6 innings, 4 runs all earned, 5 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts.
Well, he found a groove, didn't he?
He sure did after that second inning, 4-run inning. Ripped into left field. Forsythe with a leadoff single. Greets Hensley.
I really like this kid, and I'm really happy for him that he's back healthy and at the big league level. He's got a short, compact, quick swing. The guy's a gamer. He's versatile. He can play anywhere in the infield. He's strong. And he just got a big league knock.
He's now 3 for 5 since rejoining the Padres after the surgery on the foot. Cabrera, RBI single in the second, part of that 4-run inning for the Padres.
And anticipating the bunt right there at third base. Got Arias coming in closely and loosening up the arm as well.
Very sharply bunted. Amarista is on deck. Apparently, for the moment at least, he'll be hitting for the pitcher Cashner. Well, they play Cabrera dangerously shallow. He's got more power than that. But they're looking bunt, and the bunt is foul again. So here's a man who really is a good bunter and can bunt for base hits, unable to get the ball in fair territory on the first 2 tries.
Trying to make too good of a bunt.
First of all, you don't want to be bunting it to the third baseman in the first place.
You want to
draw the other way.
Exactly. You know, Forsythe has got decent speed to where as soon as he sees that ball hit the ground, he's off and running. So it does not have to be a perfect bunt.
No one out. Tying run at first base. Blocked by Posey. Curveball. Hensley now 32. Broke into the big leagues with the Padres in 2005. 2006 he was 11 and 12 primarily as a starter. Tailing away 2-2.
Remember, Clay Hensley is a Padre starting up at Dodger Stadium, taking a bat off the head. Broken bat, barrel hit him right in the head. In between innings in the dugout, got ice, and he's bleeding. Went back out there, pitched a couple more innings.
Misses away again, trying to nip that outside corner. Full count now to Cabrera. That year with the Padres in 2006 was his winningest, 11 victories. With Florida the last 2 years, mostly in relief, an occasional start. Big pitch right here, isn't it? 3-2, no one out. Tying run at first, Forsythe.
You can see what Hensley's trying to do, trying to keep the ball away and have something that Cabrera hits on the ground, maybe trying to pull to induce a weak ground ball.
Runner goes inside, ball 4. Oh, 2 on with no one out for the Padres here in the last of the 7th as they try to answer the Giants' go-ahead run in the top of the inning. Well, we hope you'll join us as the Padres honor the men and women of the U.S. Army on Sunday, June 24th, after the Padres come back from a 10-game road trip, a 105 game on Sunday. U.S. Army Appreciation Day presented by USAA. After the Padres take on the Mariners at 1:05, Junior Padres, you'll be able to run the bases after the game. Tickets are available, Padres.com, or call 619-795-5555. See, the Padres, as you look at Bruce Bochy, pondering exactly what he didn't want to see happen with Hensley. Give up a single and a walk with no one out. Amarista, the batter for San Diego, hitting for Cashner. Padres, they go on the road to Milwaukee, Seattle, and Oakland. Come home 3 against Texas. Get to see the Rangers. Look ahead, folks. There's some tickets you'll want to locate. And then 3 with Seattle. And Amarista pulls back, takes strike 1.
Now here's where you want to bunt the ball to the third baseman to draw him in because of the force play at third base.
Jeremy Affeldt, a left-hander, getting ready in the San Francisco pen. Infield drawn in at the corners. 2 strikes. So both Cabrera and Amarista unsuccessful bunting.
Trying too good of a, I mean,
don't get frustrated.
It doesn't have to be a good, just bunt it fair.
Yeah, if you just get it 10 feet toward the third baseman, you've done your job. Well, let's see if you can come through with a base hit. 2 good base runners, lots of speed represented in Forsythe and Cabrera, carrying the tying and go-ahead score. And he bunts a ball that almost hit him. Strike 3. Well, the fans didn't like that at bat.
I didn't either.
You just figure a middle infielder, not of significant size, that the one thing they can do is bunt. So that's a bad at bat for young Amarista. So the top of the order, Cameron Maben. He's tapped out, 2-run double, and struck out. Little things mean a lot in this game.
Yep.
Those that don't necessarily show up in the box score the next day.
Well, in the outfield for Maben, they're pinching the gaps a little bit. Cabrera and Blanco, little bit towards the right center and left center field gap. So down the line, a lot of real estate down the line.
Oh, right field corner.
Yeah.
Hello. Look at how much room there is out there.
Down there.
And right fielder Blanco is very shallow as well. 2 on with 1 out. Strike.
It's a little 2-seam fastball at 86. Clay Hensley relies on that 2-seamer to try to get a grounder. Got to make him try to get that 2-seamer up.
He went around. Curveball at 67 miles an hour.
Almost as if Cameron was guessing. Once you start that shillelagh, really tough to stop it. The momentum going towards the pitcher. No chance on that one. It looks like Cameron's moved up in the box a little bit too. His back foot is not on that line. He's moved up in the box a little bit.
Struck him out. Another curveball. So Hensley, after giving up the single to Forsythe and the walk to Cabrera, gets Amarista hitting in the pitcher's spot to fail to bunt, strikes out, and now Maben out swinging. A couple of strikeouts for Hensley, and it's up to veteran Mark Kotsay. He's lined to center, fly to left, and grounded to second tonight. Hits that ball to right field, not deep. Blanco there, and the inning's over. Padres get a couple men on, but leave both Forsythe and Cabrera. We go to the 8th. Giants. Brian Terrio in the thick of all of the scoring tonight. Posey with a sacrifice fly, and it was suddenly 4-all. Then Terrio with a 2-out single to right field put the Giants ahead in the 7th inning. Terrio 2 RBI singles and an RBI double, and scored a run tonight to lead the Giants attack. Dale Thayer comes in to work the top of the 8th inning. Posey, Pagan, and Belt to bat for San Francisco. And Posey, for a right-handed hitter, you know, left-handed hitters, seems to me they always look smooth. They're real good hitters that just got such a artistic swing. You don't say that much about right-handed hitters. This is an exception. He just has such, it reminds me of Al Kaline. He had such a level, perfect swing and got his lower body into it, and the timing. All of his at-bats tonight just have been, whether he gets a hit or not. He's got a double, a ground out, and a sacrifice fly. And you see him from the side. Good pitch by Thayer. The two-seamer comes back to catch the corner. 2-1.
Well, we know how talented Buster Posey is. There's no doubt about that. You know, the ankle might be still, it might not ever be the same, but I'll tell you one thing, the swing will always be the same. He's got a good one.
25 years of age. Chops that one to first to Alonso. You won't get him out that easily very often. And you can kick off the summer with the Padres at the Ultimate Cookout presented by Verizon. That's coming up on Friday, June 22nd. That's against the Seattle Mariners. Come early, sample some of the best barbecue in San Diego, and there's some good ones here. It all starts at 5 o'clock in the park at the park. Plus, the Padres and the Mariners action at 7:05, and the post-game fireworks show. Quite a Friday night. Mark it down, Friday, June 22nd. Tickets available at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Pagan is lined out, struck out, and singled. Headley drawn in at the edge of the grass at third. Pagan likes to bunt, and then he takes that wild wave. 1-1 the count.
Well, the last time out for Dale Thayer, as you take a look at the defense, the Padres playing against Pagan. It was a rough one. It was that last day in Chicago, the game winner off the bat of Darwin Barney. So Dale Thayer trying to bounce back here at home.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Pagan. Well, we welcome the new member of that bullpen, signed over the weekend, Ross Ohlendorf. Was pitching for Pawtucket, Red Sox top farm club. That's going to be a tough play with the speed of Pagan. No way they can get him. Thrown away, but not enough for any advance. No chance at all there for Cabrera. Game try, but once that ball kangarooed off home plate that high with the speed of Pagan, you knew that was going to be an infield hit.
Yeah, and that's where Cabrera, you know, he's been around for a while now, the second up into the big league level. That's one where he should just grab it, not even throw it, right? If that thing takes a bad hop, goes up in the stands, it's a different story. He knows there's no way to get that runner.
Tuck it in your back pocket.
That's right. Sometimes the plays, the best plays are the plays you don't make. And just hold on to it.
So Pagan, who started the game with a 12-game hitting streak, keeps it alive with that infield hit. He had a single earlier, so the streak was on to tomorrow nevertheless, but he adds with an infield hit. Brandon Belt, sacrifice fly the last time that tied the game at 4 back in the 6th inning. Nice cut, 1-1. He somewhat facetiously said at the start of the game tonight that the addition of Ohlendorf to the 25-man roster means that the Padres are now #1 in grade point average in the major leagues. He's a Princeton grad. High fly ball. Maben says, "I've got it," in left center. Tucks it away for the second out. Well, Monday on Fox Sports San Diego, you can catch a new episode of Padres Weekly. Annie Helbrun and the crew. Inside look at how the Padres are preparing for the week to come. Tune in for in-depth interviews, instructionals, plus find out what's on the horizon for the Padres. Padres Weekly, Monday at 8 on Fox Sports San Diego. That's an off day for the Padres Monday. They'll be making their way from Milwaukee to Seattle. Arias has grounded out, flied out, and struck out. Pagan has 1 stolen base tonight, 11 on the year. Bounced right through that hole. Sing-I single. Nice try by Forsythe. Now to throw to third. They got a chance. That is a great play by Forsythe. What a play. He knew he couldn't get the runner at first base. Wheels and throws a laser strike over to Headley for the out. Well done. Instinct. Now this is a baseball play. Rallying from 4-0 down. Let's go back to that last play. Brilliantly done by a young player. So instinctive. Fires to third as if he had eyes in the back of his head. Here's the tag. Bruce Bochy thought his runner was safe. He came out to argue between innings. A close call there at third.
I guess they all even out, huh? But what a big league play, folks. You just witnessed a heady player realizing that gloving the ball in shallow right field, cannot get the runner at first, and just anticipating that runner going to third. Yeah. That's one of the better plays I've seen in a long time. And plus the throw.
The whole package. That was a major league play by a young player. And that's what you love to applaud. The fact that instinctively, as he went for the ball, once he stopped it, he knew he couldn't make the play at first base, and he anticipated that the runner might be trying to go first to third. Not many young players are that baseball bright.
Okay, as he dives, right, he makes the play. There's no way you're going to get the force at second or the runner. So on the fly to Chase Headley. That's big league, brother.
Now somebody may have yelled third.
Sure.
I'm sure somebody did. It wasn't like we didn't get any help, but you're going to have to like this young guy. He's got some punch in his bat, and he can play second, third, and shortstop. Yonder Alonso. Padres, a shattered bat. Barrel goes out to second base. The throw to first base in time for 1. So Alonso's struggles continue. Now 2 for 28. 0 for 4 tonight. 3-1 on the putout, excuse me. Had my eye in the barrel of the bat and going right at the second baseman.
Oh, you talked about getting in the kitchen of Alonso. That was below the label.
Jeremy Affeldt in the pitch here in the 8th inning, covering at first base. And here's Carlos Quentin, a double and a home run, his 4th in 6 games for Quentin. Both those came against starter Tim Lincecum, who gave up only 5 hits. 4 of those in the 2nd inning when the Padres scored their 4 runs. Yeah, let's see how Affeldt works Carlos Quentin.
He's got a fastball, curve, and a split. He'll come after you.
Jam Quentin with that first pitch fastball. Was that a splitter?
Looked like it had some split action to it.
Quentin unhappy with himself. He said, I shouldn't have been swinging at that one. Double and a home run. He did strike out in the 3rd. That one hit to center field, hit well. Pagan back, and he's got it again. Oh. Touch 'em all, Carlos Quentin. He ties it up at 5. What an amazing, remarkable start for Quentin.
This guy is unbelievable. Well, lefty on righty. First pitch split in the dirt. Second pitch, see ya.
Golfs that one over the center field fence and against the backdrop. Some 420 feet or more.
I'll tell you what, Carlos Quentin is making Petco Park look like a bandbox. This place shrinks when he comes up to the plate, does it not?
Now that is a man. He's tied it up, and Headley tied up on that pitch by Affeldt. It's 1-1. Well, he's almost single-handedly keeping the Padres in these games. He did all 3 in Chicago. In the win on Friday night against Arizona, he's in the thick of things. Takes Sunday off and comes back re-energized. Certainly does that. 10 total bases tonight.
He likes the ball down. He likes the ball down and in. Tell you what, you talk about going to your bag and picking out a driver. He drove that one.
Yeah, he's winning the long ball contest. So far, he's hitting only 1,003 slugging percentage, 1,348.
Go down and get it. Strong like bull.
Sharply hit and gloved by Arias at 3rd. Took a hit away from Headley. Good play by the young third baseman. 2 away.
You talk about a great play. Left-hander, breaking ball. Arias to his right, to his left rather, and plenty of time because the ball is hit so sharply to square up and fire a strike over the belt.
Baker hits against a left-hander for the first time tonight. He's 0 for 3. Almost hit him with that curveball. Well, Houston Street activated today. A couple of rehab performances to test out that right arm at Lake Elsinore, and back with a big club. Loop to short, and Crawford able to make the play. But the Padres are tied at 5 on the broad shoulders of Carlos Quentin. A tee shot to straightaway center field. We're even at 5. Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway miles per gallon. And by Acura. Acura Advance. Downtown San Diego on this Tuesday night. And here at Petco Park, fans have had a chance to witness the power of the former Stanford star. University of the Uni High here in San Diego. Carlos Quentin. Wow. 2 home runs and a double.
It's been fun to watch.
The Padres trying to do something that no other team in the National League or baseball has done this year to the Giants. The Giants, when they lead after 7 innings, are 26-0. On the strength of Quentin's second home run tonight, Padres are even at 5. Try to put a 1 in that column instead of all San Francisco victories. Up to Houston Street. Comes back from the DL. Finally, Bud Black getting the players that he counted upon back in spring training. He'll face Brandon Crawford. Singled to lead off the 7th and scored the go-ahead run for the Giants. Pitcher spot to follow, and Nate Scherholtz is on deck. And then the top of the order, Blanco. Think about it. This is the first time since in the middle of March in spring training that Carlos Quentin, Houston Street, Mark Kotsay, and leaving out one more, have been in a Padre uniform at Forsyth at the same time.
Yep.
4 players.
Good point.
Until tonight haven't been together at the same time. And you wonder why the Padres have had trouble winning. Just think of what Quentin might have done if he'd been in the lineup from the very first game. Those 4. They hadn't played. And then you add Ross Ohlendorf, another new face as well. Lifted. Foul territory. Headley. And we throw it down to Layla Rahimi. Layla.
We talked to Houston Street before the game, Dick, and he could not be happier about being able to play today. He said that sometimes those lat injuries can actually take longer to rehab. So he was excited that his was able to heal properly, and he got those 2 rehab starts at Lake Elsinore, which he said really helped him just be able to get the dust off. And the word he used when he got on the DL was frustrated, and the word he used when we talked to him was excited. Happy guy to be on the mound right now, and you're seeing it.
And a chance to be thrown right in the thick of a very important first game of this series. Nate Scherholtz is the pinch hitter for Jeremy Affeldt. There are his numbers for the season. A good pinch hitter. Scherholtz has a couple of pinch hits this year. 1-1. Five tie in the top of the 9th inning. Misses outside. 2-1. Well, it's been a highly entertaining game. Padres take a 4-0 lead. Then the Giants chip away 4-1. Get 3 in the 6th to tie. 4-all. Take the lead the next inning. Way out in front of a changeup.
Well, we saw the numbers when Houston Street is healthy, and that's why it's so good to have him back, as he's got Scherholtz way out in front. It looks like he's throwing all of his pitches with good command. Fastball, breaking ball, and the changeup.
Got in. Another changeup. 2 away here in the Giants' 9th inning, and we go to the top of the order.
What was that song by Chuck Mangione back in the 80s? Feels so good. Tell you what, Houston Street's feeling a little really good right now.
Pride and joy of Rochester, New York. Chuck Mangione.
Yeah,
that was a great sound.
Great song.
And his whole sound. I don't think it wasn't a real trumpet. It was one of those funny horns that he played. Not funny, but it was different. Gregor Blanco. Looper to left. That's trouble. Drops on the line, and Blanco with his speed will make it to second easily. That's a little wedge shot. Blanco, 3 hits tonight. Boy, the top of the order, Blanco and Terrio, have been tough to keep off the bases.
That was very Ichiro Suzuki-like. A running start and just slapping at it. Could he have placed this ball any more perfectly? It's got that spin off the bat going away from Cabrera, so he hustles out of the box and finds himself on second base.
And just as Carlos Quentin has been the man of the night for the Padres, here comes the Giant star with a bat, Ryan Terrio. 3 times up he walked, and he singled in a run, doubled in a run, and singled in a run. Good stop by Baker. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Padres have the lower third scheduled. Forsythe, Cabrera, and the pitcher's spot. Terrio's taking some good swings,
yes,
belying his .236 average and only 4 RBIs coming in. Two outs here in the top of the 9th of a tie game. Blanco, speedy leadoff man, out at second base. Slider away. Three and one.
Well, we know that Terrio will go to right field with the best of them. He'll fight that pitch off and try to punch that ball to the right side and try to score that run. And it looks like the last couple of pitches, he might be throwing an off-speed pitch here because there is a base open.
Yeah, but then you have to pitch to the league's leading hitter, Melky Cabrera.
He's trying to make him fish for a slider, but Terrio's not biting.
2 out. Running bloop double by Blanco. That's on the corner, says plate umpire Scott. Slider. Might have gotten the call there.
Absolutely right. Terrio didn't like it. Fox Tracks had it just a little bit off the plate, but sometimes you're going to get that call.
Full count to Terrio. Padre fans trying to out-yell the Giant faithful. That's ball 4. So 2 on. 2 out, and now you just have to get out the toughest hitter in the National League the first 2 months of the season. Switch hitting Cabrera, hitting .342 from the left side. You bring in a left-hander, he's hitting .422 from the right side.
And he's just, the bottom line is he's just locked in right now.
Hitting in Pablo Sandoval's spot, the 3rd hole in the order. Tonight he struck out, grounded out against Anthony Bass, credited with a bunt single, although the replay shows he was clearly out. And he's lined to left. Alex Hinshaw, ex-Aztec, getting ready in a hurry. Strike 1 on the fastball.
I think Houston Street's thinking to himself, that was too, even though he was taking, that was too good of a first pitch fastball.
It really was.
Out her third, it caught way too much of the plate, according to Houston Street.
Yeah, look at that. Almost the middle of the plate. Slider over but low. Blanco at second. Terrio at first. 2 gone here in the top of the 9th. Knotted at 5. Back to the mound, but off Street for a base hit. Watch out as they turns at third. Blanco and holds. Bad luck. Street had the ball. Cabrera safe. Let's see how they scored. Should have been. Well, let's see how on the replay. Right in the glove of Street. You got to play that, huh? He staggered a little bit as he came off the mound.
You know what? If you ask Houston Street, he'd probably be the first to mention, yes, I should have had that baseball. A very makeable play. It looks like they're going to credit Cabrera with an infield single.
What a night for Cabrera. He gets a gift call at first base on he should have been out on a bunt single. He gets, instead of that being called an error, he's credited with a hit. And now you have to face Buster Posey with the bases loaded. Ground ball to second. There's the out, and the inning is over. A dramatic top of the 9th, and Street leaves the bases jammed. Oh my, more to come. Carlos Quentin has had some game tonight with a couple of home run solos and a double to lead the attack for the Padres. Tied it up with a homer in the 8th. And here's Steve Edlifson, the 4th pitcher used by Bruce Bochy tonight. Edlifson, 3.77 ERA, and opponents have had their share of hits, a 2.93 average against him. Logan Forsythe, a walk and a single and a strikeout. 1 for 2 tonight. He singled leading off the 7th inning, and Cabrera followed with a walk. And the Padres could not take advantage against Clay Hensley. Five tie, bottom of the 9th. That ball's hit well to left field. It may be. Touch 'em all. Walk-off homer for Logan Forsythe. two players that Buddy Black has not been able to use for the 2 months of the year. No wonder he's giving him a hug. Carlos Quentin with a couple of home runs. The kid, Logan Forsythe, with his first home run of the season. Did he get it all? And the Padres have a hard-earned 6-5 victory. And in light of the statistics of the bullpen of the Giants not allowing any team to beat them, 26-0, the Padres, Quentin in the 8th, Forsythe in the 9th, and that empties the dugout. And there is our Carl's Jr. star of the game, and you have to do something special to wrest that away from Carlos Quentin.
Logan Forsythe did it with the leather tonight. He did it with the wood. Just an all-around great night in the big leagues for the healthy second baseman. Buddy Black was one of the first ones out of the dugout. That's what this Padre team needs. Carlos Quentin, some pop. Logan Forsythe, a gamer, puts a pop into one, and the Padres go home happy tonight.
Yeah, Buddy Black finally working with all his soldiers. This may have been the most exciting win of the season for the Padres. Layla.
I'm joined by Logan Forsythe. First pitch, you liked what you saw. What was it?
That was a sinker in. Just trying to get the head out. Luckily, I caught it pretty good.
Logan, you're part of a huge defensive play, too, just with the throw to third in the 8th inning. How did you know what decision to make it so quickly?
Well, he's got some speed, so when I dove for the ball, I came up looking, and he didn't slow down, so I just got rid of it because I could.
You guys were able to get to Tim Lincecum early today, and you capped it off with the home run. What's that like for you?
Oh, it's great. This is the boost we need right here. I mean, we need to get going, and hopefully we keep playing hard. It's going to work for us.
You think you'd be able to produce this much just coming off the DL as quickly as you have?
I'm just doing what I can for the team right now. Just trying to stay consistent for these guys, and hopefully it stays consistent.
Getting it done defensively and offensively. Logan, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Layla. The former Arkansas Razorback, Logan Forsythe, hammers a home run. Walk-off win for the Padres. 6-5 here at Petco. Let's go to Mike.
What do you mean you can't hit home runs at Petco? Don't tell these guys. Carlos Quentin, Logan Forsythe getting the job done. Can't wait to see you folks on the post-game show. You'll see it all again. We're going to break it down for you, show you just what they're doing to turn things around. You're going to hear from Buddy Black. We'll recap the draft. Don't want to forget about that. And a great feature on standing up to cancer. See you in a few moments.